Alright guys, welcome back, let's get on with the show. 1. Modi and Trump discuss trade and military ties. During Prime Minister Modi's visit to the US, he and President Trump focused on strengthening US-India relations, particularly in trade and military cooperation. Trump criticized India's high tariffs, and the two leaders agreed to increase US oil imports to India and expand military sales. Discussions also involved the extradition of individuals involved in terrorism, as well as potential agreements to address illegal immigration. 2. U.S. oil imports and India's energy strategy. India and the U.S. aim to boost the supply of oil and gas from the U.S., helping to close the trade deficit between both nations. The shift toward U.S. oil, however, may face challenges due to higher costs and shipping issues. U.S. natural gas exports are also expected to grow, as LNG is easier to transport and more compatible with India's energy infrastructure, providing a cheaper alternative to other suppliers. 3. Questions raised about U.S. funding in India. Sanjeev Sanyal, an advisor to Modi, questioned the $21 million in U.S. funds allegedly used to boost voter turnout in India. This funding was linked to the U.S. government's scrutiny of international projects. While the BJP raised concerns about foreign influence on Indian elections, a former election commissioner denied the funding was for voter turnout initiatives, citing previous training agreements. 4. Trump-Modi meeting highlights trade, security, and terrorism. Modi and Trump held a successful meeting at the White House, focusing on enhancing trade and security cooperation. Trump agreed to work on addressing trade imbalances, promising more military sales to India, and both leaders emphasized combating terrorism. The U.S.'s stance on Russia-Ukraine also came up, though it was seen as secondary to strengthening U.S.-India relations. 5. India and France collaborate on nuclear technology. India and France have announced plans to collaborate on small modular nuclear reactors, SMRs, a move designed to enhance India's energy security and meet climate goals. SMRs are more practical due to smaller land requirements and simpler infrastructure needs. This partnership comes as India also seeks changes in nuclear liability laws to attract more international nuclear cooperation. 6. India lowers import tax on U.S. bourbon whiskey. India has reduced its import tax on U.S. bourbon whiskey from 150% to 50%, aiming to increase trade with the U.S. This move is a part of efforts to boost economic ties and align with trade negotiations during Modi's visit. While other alcoholic beverages will still face higher taxes, this reduction is a significant step in making U.S. exports more competitive in India. 7. Trump's reciprocal tariffs could impact India's exports. Trump has proposed new reciprocal tariffs, which could affect India due to its higher tariffs on U.S. goods. India's key exports, including textiles, pharmaceuticals, and steel, may face increased costs. In response, India is considering lowering tariffs on over 30 products and increasing purchases of U.S. defense and energy products to ease tensions and improve trade relations. 8. Supreme Court halts new Worship Act petitions. The Indian Supreme Court has decided to stop hearing new petitions concerning the Places of Worship Act, which prevents altering the religious character of places of worship as they were in 1947. The ruling aims to address ongoing disputes about temples and mosques, with the BJP pushing for stricter enforcement of the law and concerns about foreign influences on these legal matters. 9. Chandrachud defends Judiciary on BBC HARDtalk. Former Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud defended India's judiciary during a BBC interview, rejecting claims that the system is dominated by elites or under political pressure. He addressed issues like caste, gender, and the controversial Article 370 and Citizenship Amendment Act cases, asserting the independence of the judiciary in ensuring justice for all, regardless of political influences. 10. Modi stresses peaceful resolution in Russia-Ukraine conflict. Prime Minister Modi reaffirmed India's stance on the Russia-Ukraine conflict, emphasizing the need for diplomacy and peace. While India has maintained a neutral position in the war, providing humanitarian aid, Modi reiterated that dialogue and a peaceful resolution are the best path forward. His comments reflect India's ongoing efforts to mediate without explicitly taking sides in the conflict.